Michael, how's the mood amongst the boys this morning?
I have to say it's pretty good. I think we've had a really good week. Mal typically has kept it pretty relaxed, and I think they all know how big of the task is in front of them. We hope they do anyway when we get there tonight.
Do they know or understand on the verge of paper strength? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, they probably don't realise it just at the moment. I don't think that's really been talked about. It's about what we need to get done tonight, and I think that's the approach you've got to take for a game like this, and we know how difficult it's going to be down here. So, I don't think everyone's even thought about that, to be perfectly honest. And we've got to get a good performance on the field first and foremost, and then they can think about all that sort of stuff later on.
A lot's been said about the attitude going into game one. Is there a noticeable difference going into game three?
Yeah, I think we didn't. We anticipated a bit of an ambush game one, but we didn't handle it that well. So I guess we know that's on the cards again tonight. We think they'll go back to that sort of game plan that they executed pretty well. They kicked early and they chased hard, and they got off to a great start. So we need to try and counteract that and just be in the game. Probably back end of both halves really, and it's probably going to be an 80-minute performance that's required, and probably go down to the wire. It's going to be one of those real tight games.
Where do you think the game will be won and lost? Like in the start, first?
Yeah, I guess up front, they were dominant in the first game. We were in the second game, and I think our forward pack have a job to do, and Mal's reinforced that to them all week, and I think our senior players understand that. Cameron Smith in particular, I think, was really good in how he played and led the team in game two, and I'm thinking that's what we can expect again tonight from him.
Steve Renoff said last night that Paul Gallen missing is as big a loss as Cameron Smith missing. Would you have to agree with that?
He's a big loss for them, but we certainly think that if he was underdone and not 100%, that we've always gone with guys that are 100% fit to get the job done, and I think Laurie's made the right call in that way. It's a big game. There's a lot of pressure on both teams, and you need sort of 17 pretty healthy players at this time of year to get the job done.
Speaking of being underdone, is Inglis Bergie's all sweet?
No, I think he's pretty good. He's got through most of the sessions this week, and Mal sort of looked after our players, I think, physically pretty well, because we know that it's about getting the work done tonight, and hopefully they'll come to the game nice and fresh and ready to go.
And all the other players, they're all good?
Yeah, no, it was fine. That's, as I said, we've had a good preparation. The same 17 players that did the job in game two for game three. You very rarely get that in Origin, and I think our preparation's been exceptionally good.
Michael, has there been much talk about the possibility that this could be the last Origin for one, maybe two, season campaigners?
Yeah, it hasn't. Again, that hasn't been talked about. It's probably been talked about in the media to a degree, but you're probably referring to Brent Tate and maybe Justin Hodges, but they've been really good in the way they've played. I think they enjoy being around the team, and I guess whatever you're feeling good about yourself and you want to keep going, I think Mal's more than happy for that to happen.
What about Mal? He didn't rule it out yesterday. He said he'll reassess his coaching future after tonight.
Yeah, I don't get any sense that he's ready to pull the pin. I think he said yesterday how much he enjoys it, how much fun it's been for a long time, and he's kept the fun going along for most of this camp. So I think that's one of his real strengths. I think the players enjoy that, and I can't see him walking away in the next 5 minutes.
Would you be ready to take over for the course?
No, that wouldn't be for me. I think Kevin Walters has been talked about as a possible guy to take over down the track, and I think Mal's obviously got some plans in mind, but we're just all happy to be part of the team, and looking forward to tonight, get the job done.
Is there any truth to the reports that you guys were woken up pretty early this morning by sirens and loudspeakers?
No, I don't think so. I didn't hear her anyway.
With so much feeling, I know it was talked about after the fight in game one and game two, do you think it could boil over?
It's going to be an intense game, and as I said, I think they're going to go back to that really physical type of performance that they gave in game one, and they'll probably target a couple of guys like they did in the first game, and we need to be good enough to handle that. And whether it boils over or not, there's only been a couple of minor issues really in the big scheme of things, and our officials probably haven't handled it as well as they could have done either, to take a bit of heat out of the situation. So hopefully that won't be an issue for our team or their team tonight.
Michael, what did Alan Jones speak to the team about last night?
He was pretty brief in his assessment just of, I guess, the achievement that the team has come up with so far, how important it might be down the track. But again, you've got to go out and get the job done. You can't be thinking too far down the track. So he was good, and again, someone that's been around the team for a long time.
83,000 tonight. How intimidating is the atmosphere here?
Yeah, I mean it's getting harder. I think they're getting right behind their team more and more. And I mean, the longer this thing sort of goes, I guess they're getting a bit annoyed with us coming down here and taking that trophy home. So I guess they're going to have a bit to say about that tonight in the crowd and on the field. So I think it's going to be a pretty tough old night for everybody.
How important is it to take that crowd out of the equation?
Yeah, I mean if we could get off to a good start and score some points early, that'd go a long way towards doing that. But again, that doesn't always pan out that way, and we just got to hang in there for 80 minutes. I think that's probably going to be the plan for both teams.
If you do take out tonight's match, it's 8 straight. What do you think about the future of Origin? I mean, Blues fans, as you said, the passion's there, but do you think it might get to a point where they're like, oh, Queensland is going to win this?
No, I think it's probably increased the interest in our sport more than ever, and it's been a pretty remarkable ride so far, and I think whatever this sort of intensity exists in the game, I think people will still come and want to see what's going on, and tonight's a great example of that with 83,000 people turning up.
The Blues are heavily underdogs at the moment. Gallen said last night though their confidence is at an all-time high. Are you guys wary of that?
Oh, no doubt. I think we do struggle to play our best football down here. We know we need to play something like our best tonight to get the job done, and probably nothing less than that will be good enough.
There's been a lot of talk about the refs in the lead-up. What role do you think they'll play?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they just adjudicate on a couple of areas that both teams were critical of the 10 metres in game 1 and game 2 and the markers. So hopefully they'll get that sorted, and both teams hopefully the teams can sort the result out, and not the officials.